Was that your stuff?
What? I don't know if I'm hungry or about to shit myself. G'day and welcome to episode 1 of Guns, Hoses and Stretchers.
Oh, fuck, I wrote staging area wrong.
I'm joking. Are you going to ask questions straight up? So you're just going to say, welcome to episode 2. We're talking about this, and then bam, fire into
I'll shut the fuck up. G'day and welcome to episode 16 of the staging area. I'm of course Aidan Mac. That over here, this over here is Simon Royley.
That's me.
And if you're listening, you didn't see that.
Didn't say what?
Didn't see me pointing
Pointing
at
at me.
you.
I was like, what are you doing that for? That's all right. It's good for our YouTube and Rumble people.
So, on this episode,
Oh, here we go.
we're going into Conspiracies Part 2.
This is where we needed the other thing to go. Pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, I know.
Some music, some
it's
music stuff.
still dead.
It is dead. Hurry up, road.
So, after so many people probably
Oh man, we got bombarded, eh?
listen to that episode, it was the quickest spiking one I noticed
Oh really?
online. Yes. So I thought, let's do a part 2.
I like it. A lot of people have asked about it, so why not? So
So
I'm just adjusting myself here. I feel like I'm not. Yep, all good.
I think you're all good. I can hear you still.
Boom.
But yes, with this. So with our conspiracy episodes, we go through the list of conspiracies and we sort of talk about them. So
I'm worried because I haven't seen this list. I'm
this
like,
one,
oh.
it's interesting.
Oh,
So
crap.
this.
Did you get this
first
from the same place you got the last lot from?
one- I did.
So is this just like the next 10 down?
It's the next 10 down.
All right, here we go. Okay.
So, so number 1 on part 2's list is the 5G COVID-19 conspiracy. Suggests that the development of 5G technology is linked to the spread of COVID-19. Do you have a 5G phone?
Oh, this is going to make me sound really bad.
What was that?
I have one, but I deliberately turned it off.
You deliberately turned off 5G.
For one reason only, though.
Why is
I
that?
told you it's going to make me sound bad, but I turned it off for one reason only. When I had it on,
Yeah.
I noticed I didn't have very good reception because it kept trying to jump from like 5G to 4G towers or whatever, and
Right.
there wasn't enough of them around.
Okay.
So I never had reception. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. So I just turned it off. This is ridiculous. Turned it off, just kept the 4G on, and I've never had a problem with my phone.
Yeah, right.
Because I was out back Queensland and stuff a fair bit.
Yeah,
for
okay,
work
yep.
and stuff, and it would just constantly be jumping, and you'd have no reception. So I just turned it off and left it on 4G, and I've never had a problem since, and therefore it's staying that way.
I don't have a 5G compatible phone, so I'm still in the 4G world. So
Smart man. Oh, look, I've never heard of the 5G COVID thing.
haven't you?
No, this is literally the first time I'm hearing about it. But I have heard a lot of the 5G.
At the beginning of COVID, they were saying that it was caused by the 5G
Fucking hell.
before they realised it was done by bats.
You mean done by scientists in a lab that then
Oh,
blamed it on a bat?
yeah.
Because they needed to try and create world population of control.
So what do you think about this?
I'm going to say no because I just
Yeah.
think it doesn't. I'm not dissing the 5G people. I think there is, I'm going to say in general, we have got far too much things around us these days that are emitting all sorts of, what do you want to call it? It's not rays. It's like fucking like rays, but not radiation.
Yeah,
Well, it is radiation.
radiation and electrical current.
Yeah, like all that electrical stuff. I think we have way too much of it around us these days, and there's been a lot of studies to prove that you shouldn't have them. I have to admit, last year, I went through a phase where I was turning the Wi-Fi off every single night in our house, and we weren't having phones in the bedroom or anything like that. And I don't know, we did sleep a lot better throughout the night. A lot less night. And that was because I had read a study and I had a look at some stuff where they show the level of electrical current that comes out of these things at all day, every day.
Yeah.
But at night time, when you have less things happening in your house, they then are able to travel a lot further. So when people are sleeping, they're getting those electrical currents, and it can disrupt your sleep patterns. And this was these were doctors who had done studies on this stuff and said that it's not. They weren't saying that it could cause cancers or anything like that, but they were saying it can.
Disrupt
it can
the body.
definitely disrupt your body when you're trying to sleep. So we did it, and I have to admit, I actually did find when we did it for a couple of months, and my sleep was much better.
So even though the waves that come from these towers, the signals, even though it is flying through this room as we speak,
Yeah.
yes, I've got technology on, but it's all. I would say that it's always around you. Doesn't matter. Even if you switch stuff off, it's still floating around.
100% still be floating around. Yeah, in their study, they just showed that. I guess they showed the amount that's actually coming out, and that the more devices we have, the more things we're doing, the more that it's just getting stronger and stronger, and we're kind of in these constant fields of sort of like electrical. Kind of waves, which isn't great for your mind and stuff like that.
Right.
But I'm not this fucking 5G COVID thing. No, I'm not on board with that. I think that just sounds stupid.
Fair enough.
Unless someone can prove it. If you can prove it, knock yourself. I'd love to hear if you can prove it, but I don't think so.
Okay. There's this number two.
This is already weird. I can feel these are going to be really odd.
This one I've never heard of before.
Is it
but the Denver airport conspiracy. Have you heard of that one?
No.
So this is where people are claiming that the Denver International Airport is the center of a secret globalist headquarters.
Just like the Illuminati. Did you see
That's
Jim
similar.
Carrey the other day
No?
going off tap about the Illuminati?
Is this an old video?
I don't know.
Is he on Jimmy Kimmel? And he's going like that.
I think he was, yeah.
Yeah, that's an old
Is that old, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Scrap that then. I saw it the other day. It was trending. I'm like, ooh, what happened here?
Well, you've gone through a time warp, I'd say. 'Cause
May
that was
have.
trending years ago, probably.
Oh, there you go. Maybe because I went to Denver Airport.
But yeah,
I think
are you part of the
that I've-
globalists?
No, I'd like to take him out.
They're the ones that Alex Jones doesn't like. You ever heard of Alex Jones? The angry Texan? InfoWars?
Oh.
Turn the freaking frogs gay. They put chemicals in the water to make the frickin' frogs gay. That's not a very good accent. But
I think they do put chemicals in the water. That's definite. That they definitely do. That's definitely happening.
he's always the globalists. The globalists.
Yeah. Look. I think the globalist bit is.
headquarter.
I think the globalist part is correct. I'm not arguing that. I think that's very true. We've spoken about that before. I'm all up with that.
No, but this is asking, is there...
I don't know about the Denver airport thing. I don't know enough about Denver Airport. I've never heard this before, so I'm not... Yeah. That would have been that would have been number 12 in the top 20, yeah. So that's pretty high up there.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
So, if people want to let us know, TSA at militum.com.au if you know anything about
you know
that. Because
anything about
I
that one.
can't be fucked Googling. Because
a great
Paul
show.
Simon can't afford to get the 5G COVID. So,
Oh, it's true.
number 3. Mm-hmm. The Paul McCartney replacement theory.
Fuck
Have
me,
you heard
I've
of
got
this?
no idea about any of these.
I've heard a little bit about this one. I ended up going there.
Is this going to be like? Is this like he's on an island with Elvis and
Oh, no,
Michael
no, no,
Jackson
no.
and fucking JFK? Because
No, so
I think that's true.
there is the theory. So it says proposes that the original Paul McCartney of the Beatles was replaced by a lookalike. Now I don't know if it was technically a documentary.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, go.
No, that's all right. I was about to say something really
So I
stupid.
technically watched it. Yeah, so it was on YouTube though, and when you're on YouTube, you go down rabbit holes.
And
And this video popped up, and the way so there was an album released by the Beatles, and apparently in one of the songs it refers to a car accident, I believe, then a part of the theory is that Paul McCartney died in a car accident while a part of the Beatles, and this current bloke who is in Australia.
Yeah, it's he's touring here right now.
Yeah, well, probably not when this is released, but at the moment he is.
Yeah, right now he's touring.
And so they reckon this bloke who's going around now is the replacement. But then it was all just blown out of the water because, apparently there's a song on the album about someone dying in a car accident, and somehow they thought it was Paul McCartney. I don't know. That's one of the. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think that's how it went. But then it was somebody somehow related to Paul McCartney or someone, a close friend, maybe. I think is how they explained it.
Never heard this before.
No, but so you don't reckon that he's. So you reckon Paul McCartney is Paul McCartney? Sir Paul McCartney.
I'm just going to say yes because I've never heard this before, and I'm not saying that it couldn't happen, but it seems a bit fucking weird. Like,
hey, weirdest shit's happened.
It has. I'm not saying no. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I'm going to say no.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I feel like it's a no. I'm 3 for 3 so far. It's a bit weird.
So number 4 is the Princess Diana assassination theory.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So what it does, it claims that the car accident that killed Princess Diana was not an accident, but an intentional act.
It concerns me that this is would be number 14 on the top 20, and yet Paul McCartney's above it, and the Denver airport and the 5G COVID thing's above it.
It's just the way it pops it out.
I'm all in on a yes for this. I reckon she was taken out. I reckon she was killed.
Who took her out?
Royal family.
The royal family did.
Yep.
Because I did hear that the theory is that she needed to be bumped off so then Charles could then remarry and become king.
Yep.
As he is now.
Yep. If she was still alive or something, he's not able to become
because
whatever it was. If you're divorced, you can't.
Yeah, if you're divorced, your partner can't be alive or something like that.
Yeah,
you can
it's
only
weird.
be divorced if they're dead.
But I 100%. I have from day one.
What religion are they? They're
Catholic, wouldn't they?
No, they're not Catholic. Church of England. That's who they are.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
So they make their own rules because I think it's Henry VIII.
Yeah,
because he killed all his wives. That's how he got around the rules. Created the Church of England.
I'm all from this happened when I was a kid. From day one, even as a kid, I was like, this was a fucking murder.
Really?
Yep. They killed her for sure. Yeah, 100%.
What was it? Paparazzi.
Yep.
And then going in under a tunnel.
And then there's an accident. She's dead.
And then bang.
Yep.
It's interesting.
Yep. I 100% believe that she was killed.
Who do you reckon out of the royal family was the one that came up with the idea?
Oh, it would have been the Queen for sure.
The Queen?
Yep.
Because my little boy needs to be king.
I'm pretty sure that she'd be a real nasty.
You reckon?
Oh, fuck yeah. I used to look at her and go,
thought she was nasty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would have been her for
poor
sure.
little old lady.
Nah. There was nothing poor little old lady about her. She was, nah.
I must say, I'm a big Republican. Okay.
Me too.
I'm a big Republican.
I'm with you.
I did like The Crown. I loved watching The Crown. How mental is that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Crown's a TV series
okay.
on Netflix. Or a series on Netflix. Can you call it a TV series?
Yeah.
You watch it on TV.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Streaming series.
Yeah. A very good series.
Yeah,
and I don't think that they haven't dealt with her death yet, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I think Diana's still alive.
You think Diana's still alive?
No, in the TV series, I think she's still alive.
I'm confused now where we are in this bloody podcast and this episode of whatever we're talking about. What are you talking about? Yeah, no. I think the Queen, I reckon
Queen
she
was
would have
behind
been, because Charles would have known what to do, and he would have fucked it up because he's an idiot. Mm-hmm. So he would have screwed it up for sure. I reckon that the Queen would have had it dealt with. She would have had it happen.
And after watching The Crown, I don't believe Charles should be king.
I don't think Charles should be allowed to tie his own shoelaces, let alone be the king.
Have you heard the phone calls that him and Camilla had in the early days while they were having an affair?
No.
Oh, it's very disgusting and strange.
I have some really weird shit happening in my head right now that I wanted to respond with, and I went, this would be very inappropriate. Because there was lots of things about his ears, and it doesn't matter.
His big ears.
I'm not going to say them.
But, okay. So the Queen killed Princess Diana. I don't know what we can... No, I will say allegedly.
Sure.
Oh, in your opinion.
Whoa,
the Queen.
We're getting legal now. In your opinion, Mr. Royals, what do you have to say?
Well, we don't know if the Royals will come after us for this.
Fuck them.
No.
We'll go talk to Harry. He'll be all right.
Harry.
I reckon that's why Harry is on the outer. It's got nothing to do with Meghan.
Now, here's the next one. Whether they... I don't know whether you call it conspiracy theory, but rumour that Harry's not Charles's son.
Yeah.
He's someone else's.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at him compared to the rest of the family, he doesn't look like any of them. At all. I'm not talking about his Ginger Ninja stuff. He looks nothing like any of them.
Okay.
Look at him. Compared to all, he looks nothing like them. Charles and William, there's a similarity there. William and his mum, there's a similarity there. Oh, Harry's got a little bit of Diana, but he doesn't look anything like the other fucking side at all. That I can never see. Doesn't look like any of them. And I reckon Harry and William, I reckon they probably know what happened to their mum. And I reckon one hates them for it, and he knows he's never going to be the king, so why should I follow the rules?
Yeah.
Which is why I like Harry. Yeah. Plus he was a real combat pilot. Like when he went and become a helicopter pilot, he actually went and trained on, I'm not saying that him going and shooting at people was a good thing, but he went in there to the danger. They let him go into danger because they knew he was never going to be the king. Like, what kind of fucking behaviour is that?
You heard the rumour also that he got kidnapped by the Taliban?
Yeah, when he was over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they ever confirm that?
I don't know.
I feel like that never happened.
I remember something like that being mentioned, though.
Yeah, no, so do I. 100%. I remember it being mentioned. But I don't reckon that ever happened because that would be a massive scalp for the Taliban to take. If they took him out, that's huge. Huge. And the Royals wouldn't have cared because they were like, he's the...
With his mother.
You know who Harry reminds me of? Who? Oh, I can't think of his name now. Shit.
A redhead?
No, Norman from Fireman Sam.
Norman Price.
Norman Price. He's always getting in trouble. Norman.
That's enough
anyway,
for the Royals.
Diana definitely was murdered. I'm pretty sure the Queen was behind it, and Harry's a legend.
Number 5, the HAARP conspiracy.
I literally have no idea.
HAARP is the way it's spelled. This it suggests that the HAARP facility in Alaska is used for controlling the weather and manipulating minds. Do you reckon anyone in the world has that technology to control the weather and people's minds?
Yes.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, I'm in on this one.
But
I don't know about that one.
Hang on.
Like, I don't know about this HAARP thing, but I'm definitely on.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But how do you think that if you don't think that? So if there's somebody there that can control minds, wouldn't they control your mind to not think that?
Oh, they could, but we're not near. Where's this?
So you reckon that it can attack? No, not attack, but they can zone in on certain people.
I think they probably have like a radius. So I feel like within that radius, they could probably do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck oath.
Some fucking
Definitely.
X-File shit there.
It's no different to the aliens ones we spoke about last time and the UFOs, which have since been proven to be correct.
What about Mexico's aliens? They didn't look real.
Oh, I didn't
Did you
see
see
them.
them?
ones.
Oh.
Thought they were trying to get to the border?
Racist.
No. That was purely in relation to what's happening over there at the moment on the border.
They showed some pictures of aliens that the Mexicans reckon they got.
Yeah, right. Were they pinatas or?
They looked paper mache.
Oh, there you go. See, I do think that 100%. I think there's stuff out there that can help you that they can use to control your mind, and I know that there's equipment out there that helps change the weather.
So why aren't they using it to benefit the world? Or are you saying they are using it to benefit the world?
No, I don't think they're using it to benefit the world at all.
What do you reckon they do?
Actually, no, that's not correct. So, all right, I'd have to go back. I don't know what year it was now. You'd have to Google it. You'd be able to find it. But there's a thing out there that you can see where they have a device. I think it's in California, possibly. They created a device that they can use to help create rain. And they need it in this particular part so that they can have rain come into that like area of the forest and stuff like that, because otherwise it wouldn't have it and they need it there or whatever it was.
Yeah, okay.
So in that sense, I think they're doing the good thing with it. I think it's great. But whenever you can create something for good, you can easily make it evil. And
so you reckon they could be flooding us the last couple of years?
I'm not necessarily saying us, but there's been some pretty weird stuff happen in this space in the last few weeks about weather and certain things that are going on. And there's one thing I haven't had a chance to really look into it. I haven't had a chance to dive into it yet. Normally I would, and I wasn't going to bring it up because I didn't think this would come up. But now that it is, I'll say it. But I saw an interview the other week, and I'll be really clear about this. I don't know who the individuals are, and I don't know, all the stuff around it. I want to go hunting more. But this individual was saying in this interview that he knew that he was putting his life at risk by doing the interview, and he knew that it may be the last time that people saw him alive because of what he was about to say. He then went on to say that he worked for some American. He's an American, and he worked for their government over there. And he was sent down to look after their facility in
Antarctica.
I've
heard of something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So down in Antarctica, and he was like the manager there, and he had the keys to the entire, like every facility that's down there. But they told him, although you've got the keys to everything, you don't go in that facility over there, like that section over there. You don't go in. You've got the keys, but you don't go in there ever. Don't ever go inside that building. You look up everything else pretty much. We'll tell you if there's anything wrong with that. We've got people that basically, there's only certain people that can go in that building. Towards the end of his time there, he'd become very kind of, I think, suspicious about stuff that was happening there over the entire facility. And I think he mentioned that one night he went into that facility because he was just like, you know what, I need to go in.
When you're told not to go in somewhere, just stay the fuck out of it.
It's not how good horror movies end, mate. So anyway, so he's apparently gone in there at some point. I just realised I've literally turned my back on that camera. Sorry, everybody.
I don't think they're worried.
They probably don't care, but it's rude, so I shouldn't do it. And he apparently went in there and could not believe what he saw when he went into the facility. So he said there's some sort of large machine in there that they use. It was operates all the time, but there was all these documents or something that they found. And in his opinion, or from what he was saying, and again, I stress that we have not checked this, but you brought this up, so that this machine they have been using to manipulate weather, in particular earthquakes around the world for years. And he actually specifically said that they were responsible, based on the documentation that he found in there when he was in there, they were responsible for the Christchurch earthquake that happened, obviously,
Yeah.
a few years back now, and a lot of people were killed and stuff like that, which was interesting. I didn't watch the entire thing, and I need to try and find it again and find out who this bloke is and see what else has come from this ever since.
Yeah, I think I saw a very quick video of it on TikTok.
Yeah, okay, on TikTok, was it? You
It
saw
was
it?
very quick, but I think there's a long format interview somewhere.
Yeah, okay. The thing I find funny about that, and I find funny about what you said here, is obviously we've both lived in Victoria our entire lives, yeah?
Yeah.
How many earthquakes have we had in the last 2 years in this state, in a state that doesn't have earthquakes normally? Like, we
Wow.
always have little ones, but we have had big ones.
This could be a conspiracy theory, but I have not felt any of the recent ones.
I think that's because you're obviously sleeping too much. I felt the one the other night.
Do you know what? I didn't even feel the big one 2 years ago that brought down the wall.
Oh, yeah.
In Melbourne.
Man,
and everyone was like, "Oh, that was a big one."
It was big,
I
man.
did not even feel it.
Man, my
The
computer...
So I was working at the airport then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
The airport got evacuated
Yeah.
because everyone was freaking out. I walked straight back in. Security didn't even tell me to get out. I didn't even know what was going on. And everyone was outside because
wow.
they were like, "Oh, it was an earthquake. You got to get outside." And because that's what they do overseas.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yep.
there's me just waltzing straight through. I'm like, it's just a normal day.
Whatever.
Everything's okay.
No, I felt that one, and I felt the one the other
That's
night.
where I think Australia's on its own tectonic plate. So we shouldn't have bad ones.
This is what I mean. Mm-hmm. This is my point.
But where New Zealand, I think that falls on a tectonic plate.
They're on a big line, I think, where we are not. And in particular, Victoria, I don't think he's not on a really big one anyway.
So they're called earthquakes because obviously something's registering that's quite big. But
Yeah, because you can feel the earth
everywhere else they're
shaking,
called
moving under your feet.
tremors, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I think you get a tremor. A tremor is up to like a certain. I think, and I could be wrong. I think if it's up to magnitude 3 or 3.5, they're classed as a tremor.
Okay.
Anything above 3.5, I think, is classed as an earthquake.
Right.
I could be wrong now, but I just, for some reason in my mind, I think I read that somewhere at some point.
Yeah.
So, but why are we having so many in Victoria? We've never had this many ever.
Is it Dan Andrews' fault? Is it the 5G?
Maybe Dan's in a plane above shooting 5G down and causing earthquakes whilst controlling the minds of people. Maybe that's why so many
Maybe.
stupid people listen to him during COVID.
Oh, he's a good bloke.
I'm not answering that question. I'm not going to say anything.
I didn't ask you to answer a question. I answered it.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
He is a good bloke. Anyway. What, you're very angry now? Are they
not
controlling
angry.
your mind?
I'm not angry at all.
Sky News controlling your mind now.
They've really lost the plot, that channel.
Have they?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about weather control. not
let's
not the
move on.
Murdoch control.
Another conspiracy. I definitely agree.
No, it's not a
100%.
conspiracy, that's true.
I do believe that there is a level of control for the weather going on, and certainly I think they probably do have technology to control what people are thinking and what people do. I don't think that's.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think it's out of their reach at all.
I guess that would have been some weird Nazi shit that was happening back during World War II.
Well, yeah.
Remember how they talk about the experiments they did? Oh, fuck that.
Yep.
Some weird shit that happened.
It's not right. It's not normal.
But, yes.
What's the
I
next
don't
one?
know. I don't even know if... No, I don't reckon people manipulate minds. That's all bullshit. And they say that people can read your mind.
Dan manipulated the minds of hundreds of thousands of people in
Well,
this
they didn't
state.
manipulate your mind.
He didn't.
So what were you doing to prevent that?
Me.
Yeah.
It's called being fucking intelligent.
And how do we become intelligent, Simon?
You don't listen to politicians.
You don't listen to politicians, and then what's the next one?
You just don't listen to politicians and you don't listen to the media.
Don't listen. So you don't get your information from anywhere.
No, I do.
Where do you get it from?
Not from the mainstream media. and not from politicians.
Please don't tell me you get it from me. So
why-
I keep you up to date.
That's why I ring you. What's happening in the news today?
What's happening? Here we go. Number 6 on
Here
the
we go.
list is the Titanic conspiracy.
There's a Titanic conspiracy?
Yeah, it proposes
Bullshit.
that the sinking of the Titanic was not an accident, but a deliberate act for financial gain. Had something to do with the Rockefellers, from what I heard from it. The Rockefellers, and there was another rich mob, and apparently one of the other elite families were on this ship who had some big decision to do with a bank, ended up dying. And the Rockefellers and someone else, the other mob, didn't go on the ship on its first voyage because they knew something bad was going to happen.
I mean, I don't know.
But then there was an interview with some 90-year-old Sheila that's all of a sudden resurfaced on TikTok.
Yeah, she had a heart.
She had a heart? What? I don't know. I don't. What? She had a heart?
Yeah.
The lady from the Titanic?
She had a purple heart. Necklace.
I don't know. But this woman, she was on the interview. I don't remember the fucking film. She claims that it had a leak. It never struck an iceberg,
Oh.
was what she was saying.
I don't know.
But she was 90-something. She probably lost her fucking marbles.
Yeah. I mean,
But do you reckon that they possibly had killed
it's the
someone
first
on
time.
that
It's
thing?
the first time I've heard this.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But anything's possible, isn't it?
Anything's possible. It's the first time I've heard this, and I just don't, without really looking into stuff, I'm not really sure about this one at all. I'm just a bit, I mean, it could be. I'm not saying it couldn't, but it seems a bit odd. Seems odd.
Fair enough.
Next.
Number 7, the reptilian elite bloodline theory. Claims the...
Didn't we do reptilians in the first 10?
Oh, there was something there, a part of it. I don't know. But this is the bloodline theory. Claims the powerful world leaders are part of a reptilian human hybrid bloodline. So that means they're all related. I don't think so. That's hard to believe.
No. I don't know. That
Because you
seems weird.
don't see them all just going...
Well, maybe you do.
and eating flies, or
Elbow does.
you reckon he eats flies?
Sure.
That could be racist
Rudd
because
used
he's Italian.
Kevin Rudd used to eat the wax out of his ears, so anything's
What?
possible.
Rudd ate wax out of his ear.
Yeah.
I never saw that video.
He was in Parliament doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Munching down on some wax.
Yeah, he was just ripping it out and he was eating it. You didn't see that?
That's not reptilian, though, is it?
Oh, probably not. I don't even know. I'm going to say no to this one.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound right at all. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. Like, the only reason why they'd probably have photos of the elite and powerful on beaches while they're on holidays is because they can afford it. It's not just because they've probably got reptile-like things happening and have to be in the sun and absorbing the rays.
I mean, we all have to absorb the rain. The
rays, the vitamin
We all
D.
need vitamin D.
And some people can get it from their backyard. Matter of fact, we
We've
don't
got
have
it
it now.
We had it today. Look at me. Freaking hell. Look like
Hey.
a lobster.
Bloody red.
Far out. It's killing me at the moment.
Well, wear sunscreen.
Gonna need a drink after this
You
one.
would think that you would wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
You're just not sun smart.
Oh, sunscreen.
See, we've grown up in Australia.
Sunscreen's very bad for you.
So, where did this conspiracy come from? How's sunscreen bad for you?
Have a look at all the stuff that's in sunscreen. Read the ingredients. Have a look at what's in it.
So you'd rather burn than wear sunscreen.
No. There's natural forms of it that you can get.
Where are you getting this information from?
we'll do this.
This ain't from the mainstream media, and it's not from me, and it's not from a politician. So where the fuck did this come from?
We'll do this. We'll do this later. Do your list first.
So there we go. Reptilians aren't alive.
That's how you
we're
control
talking-
somebody.
No, come on. Come on, sunscreen.
Yeah, sunscreen. Have you ever read what's in sunscreen
No.
and how dangerous sunscreen is if you put it on your
Well,
skin?
I've been fine with it.
Are you though?
Yeah.
If you absorb toxins through your skin into your body and at the right doses, you're going to be okay in the short term. And the short term can go for 20, 30, 40 years.
Right.
Until then, it's no longer short term anymore. Now it's long term. And those toxins can start to do things to your body.
Right.
If you have a look at the chemicals that are inside sunscreen, legitimately, they are very bad for you.
That's the same with alcohol, though. You probably shouldn't ingest alcohol.
You shouldn't. Alcohol's bad. It's bad for you. It's very bad for you.
Yeah. I've heard something about that. Someone mentioned to me.
Bad alcohol, sunscreen.
I can't remember what it's something got to do with alcohol. What was it? It had something to do.
Alcohol's effectively
the
pretty much petrol.
the hand sanitizers. Because that's all got a level of alcohol on it, and you're absorbing it through your hands. A lot of that, somebody said, can be linked to liver cancer. Talking about liver cancer. Darren Hinch, I saw him today in a pub. He was sitting in the front window, and I went, oh, that's Darren Hinch. And then I go, hey, hang on, this is a pub. Does he have a beer? No, he was drinking water.
Oh, was it water?
He was drinking
normally he drinks raspberry.
Raspberry. Oh, maybe the cup was empty. I didn't take notice.
Could have been water.
But it was in like a little glass like that.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, he was...
Water, vodka.
Oh, where were
same
we?
colour.
Corner of St Kilda Road. And somewhere... Oh, I can't remember what the pub's name anyway is. But it's on St Kilda Road where the
Sure,
McDonald's
say g'day.
is.
Got your photo taken.
I did it. I
She
did
said,
it.
Hinchy, you got the staging error. Get onto it.
I looked at it and I'm like, I don't think he'd want to be bothered.
Pretty sure he would have. He loves being a star.
Does he? Oh. But no one would know who he is nowadays. He's very off the radar.
Yeah. Well, that happens after a while.
All right.
Next.
So we've just heard about Simon's sunscreen conspiracy. And now, number 8, the AIDS origin conspiracy.
Oh, yep. I'm
Suggests,
already in.
suggests that the AIDS virus was created and spread intentionally,
100%.
just like COVID.
COVID has components of AIDS in it.
Does it really? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not good.
It's not, but it has.
Yeah, okay. So you reckon the AIDS was purposely put out into the community to
Yeah.
harm,
They've been saying this ever since it first came out.
harm homosexual...
Well, no.
Was it homosexual men? No.
No. So, not to harm
Or is it the
homo-
drug
Hey.
users? Is it drug users?
No, so it starts... So
Or
when
is it the monkey fuckers?
Jesus. How fast this show can sometimes just jump off a cliff without a fucking parachute. No, so back in the day when it came out, it was originally targeting the homosexual community, right? As they would say back then, anyway. And then it sort of spread and it became like for drug users and whatever else. Now there was a couple of theories back in the day. Number one is that they were spreading it deliberately as a way of trying to get rid of homosexual people because they didn't think it was right and they shouldn't exist and all this sort of stuff. So they're using it as a way to spread it through them. And then they realised that they were losing their war on drugs as well, and maybe they would spread it through that component of the community as well. And that was just kind of that was like a lot of the beliefs back then from different people, and then obviously it kind of spread far beyond that. So yeah, that was the theories back then. I believe it. I think it was created in a, if you go back and look at the information, they're like, oh, all of a sudden we didn't have AIDS, now we've got AIDS. It can't just fucking develop overnight unless you developed it overnight and then gave it to somebody.
That's true.
So,
because I guess they do talk about homosexuality. Who was it?
what?
I forgot what it was. Is it the Italians or the Greeks that invented sex? And the other one introduced it to women? Politically incorrect joke.
Oh, wow.
I think I forgot what it was. I forgot how the joke went, but
I was literally about to answer your question, and then you said the rest of it, and then I was like, if I had said that, it would have been, would have caused drama. Wow. I'm so using that from now on, though.
I can't remember how the joke goes, but it must be either or. Use it. I can't remember. It's just a wog joke.
Still politically incorrect, but doing well. Yeah, well, there you go. I think it's true. I think they did spread it. I think it's just like COVID. I think they deliberately did it. I think there was a purpose for them to do it. Yeah. I reckon you could probably argue that with a number of diseases we've had in the country, in the world, not the country, but in the world over many years now. I think you could probably, if you really went digging hard enough, you'd probably find that a lot of them have been created by man. I still, to this day, stepping on the other side of the COVID thing, of the AIDS thing, going down the path of conspiracy, I still find it very, very hard to believe that they can't cure cancer. I think they make so much money out of cancer.
But listening to the radio every morning, every couple of months, there's a little bit of progress.
Yeah, bullshit.
You don't reckon?
There's always a little bit of progress, but they still haven't done anything. There's lots of progress, but nothing ever happens. Why? Have a look at the statistics, the money that they generate globally every year through cancer. It is fucking phenomenal.
The amount of money that they would make from keeping them alive?
No. It's nowhere near. It's nowhere near the amount that the pharmaceutical companies and doctors and that, certain doctors, I'm not saying all of them, it's nowhere near the amount that certain doctors and pharmaceutical companies get for you having cancer.
Okay.
The amount of money they make globally a year is phenomenal in that particular space alone. They will never find a cure for it because they'll make sure that they don't find a cure for it. That's the simple fact. It's the Illuminati.
The Illuminati, okay. Number 9, the fake alien invasion theory.
Oh, all right, I'm in here. Come on, let's go.
Proposes that a staged alien invasion will be used to establish a new world order. So apparently this is coming.
Well, hang on a minute. So this ties right into. So I'm fucking all in on this one. Right?
What aliens have come?
No.
What have you seen?
I don't know what sort of weird pornos you're watching. Don't fucking tell me like that. So remember how we spoke about UFOs last time, right?
Yeah.
And then since then, there was further stuff that came out.
The Yanks came out and mentioned that. What is it? Is it the FBI or no? Mm-hmm. CIA. I don't know. Somebody military.
CIA, I think it was. CIA and the military, which is pretty much the same thing anyway.
Have come out and said UFOs are real.
Yes.
Yes. I've heard of that.
And some people have come out. There was there's like literally a Senate inquiry where the guy spoke about it. It's filmed. He was there. It was only happened a few months ago, where he talks about the American military and the CIA and the Air Force. They built a number of UFOs over many years. They've built them and have been flying them, test flying them around America and even into other countries and stuff like that to see their capabilities, and even spoke about the fact that they had killed people using the UFOs. They had killed their own citizens to test the UFOs.
Wow.
That was in a Senate inquiry thing. Like it's legitimate what was said in the thing. And they spoke about how, yes, we have been flying these UFOs. We've been building them for years with the technology because they were replicating the technology from UFOs that had crashed here many years ago from Area 51. So it would not surprise me if we had a so-called alien invasion with UFOs to create a new world order. I don't know why, because at this point, the people who want this new world order, at this point, they're the ones who are controlling the world. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with it.
Maybe this is the new world order for good. Or you still wouldn't trust it.
No, if it's a new world order for good, I'm all up for it. Let's do it. But
So
I don't think it is.
Okay. So you reckon maybe for bad?
If it is, I'm all in. Because we need something to happen. We need to reset somewhere because things are getting way out of control in every country. The whole world's fucking going to the shit at this point. So the good thing is I think people right around the world are starting to wake up to what's going on, to a lot of this stuff. These things, people now have these conversations quite freely and talk about this stuff now because they're like, you know what, I'm not afraid to say it anymore. So, and COVID created that, I think. COVID created this, hang on a minute, sort of approach from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now, which is great because now you can have these great conversations with people. And yeah, as long as they weren't a fucking Dan Andrews follower, you're okay.
All right, and the last one on here is the JFK assassination.
Oh, yes, we got there finally.
The JFK assassination.
I can't believe this is number 20.
So what it does, claims the assassination of President John F. Kennedy was the result of a larger conspiracy and cover-up.
100%.
What do you know about the alleged cover-up and conspiracy?
This is 100%.
Has it got to do with Cuba or the Cubans?
This has got to do with the globalists.
The globalists, okay.
This is the globalists.
Right.
This is, if you want to talk about those people, JFK was trying to do things. People say he had his faults. Yeah, everyone's got their fucking faults. But realistically, JFK was trying to do a lot of things to make the world better. Not just America. He wanted to make the world better. He wanted people to be equal. He didn't want to have tiered systems of people and, people being richer. He wanted everybody to be able to kind of, thrive and survive together and wanted to get everybody up and, get everybody moving and stuff like that and do things. And they didn't want that because he wanted to, he wanted to get people, give them action and their rights and make stuff happen. And people loved him and they couldn't handle that. So they got rid of him. They knocked him off. You have a look at any president in America's history that was doing things, good things, they all got knocked off.
Lincoln, yeah.
Lincoln.
Freed the slaves.
Knocked him off.
Knocked him off.
JFK, there was a whole heap of things that JFK was doing. He was trying to make things better for everybody. They knocked him off.
There's a theory. I watched something and they were talking about how the CIA came to him and said that they wanted... I think there was multiple things that they wanted him to start the wars during that time. So there was something with Cuba and something with Vietnam. And
he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, he wouldn't do any of them.
Yeah, because he knew it was wrong. He knew it wasn't a good idea to do those things. And they didn't like it. And that's the thing. The CIA in America is a very...
There's also... Let's talk about the CIA theory. So George Bush was in charge of the CIA during his assassination. So they reckon the Bushes have got something to do with that as well.
And the Clintons would have as well.
I don't know if they had anything to do back then.
Maybe not back then, but since then for sure.
But
she's a nutcase.
So the Bushes, and they had something to do with recruiting these people from Cuba. I think it's Cuba. Might be somewhere else. And then they had like a little militia going. And then, Lee Harvey Oswald was a part of that weird gun, like really into guns and stuff like that. And they just reckon that he was a fall man.
No, 100% he was.
It's whether he was a part of the CIA, but then he was put as a plant into this little group. Then the CIA was able to say to him, "Oh no, he had nothing to do with this," and they cut ties with him, and that's when he got fucking shot.
Yeah.
By the gangster and killed
100% he would have.
to shut him up.
100% he would have. I have no doubt whatsoever.
And they reckon, what is it? Is it multiple gunshots or that the gunshot came from somewhere else?
Yeah, they reckon that the gunshot never came from where they said it came from.
The grassy knoll.
There's no way. 100% he was assassinated not just because, which is pretty much what it's been. Oh, I assassinated him just because bullshit. No way.
There has to be reason.
Yeah, there was something much greater, much bigger behind that whole process. And yeah, I don't think he was just assassinated for nothing. Definitely the globalists.
But then also talking about the CIA theory, there's another one where they think that the CIA was the... Now, so we spoke in the last episode
Be careful how many times you say
about...
that word, mate, because
what's his name?
the 5G will kick in.
We said about Gough Whitlam getting booted out of the job.
Yep.
They reckon that had something to do with the CIA and their little thing up in the territory. Oh, I can't... The Gap? What's it called? Pine Gap.
Pine Gap.
So apparently he was trying... The Yanks wanted or the CIA wanted something. And he was going to sign no, or like vote against it, or try and get them to not have as much power, or
Yeah, right.
what that in Australia, and apparently that's how he got kicked out. But then you've got the letters from the Queen to say get rid of him. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't read them.
Yeah, but she's all a part of that process, mate. So she could have been working with them.
The reptilian bastards.
Damn them.
But yeah, that was a nice little fun one of conspiracies again.
It's not what I was thinking. It's not what I thought we were going to be in.
But
I was wondering when Diana and JFK would appear.
and they did in this one.
They did finally.
So when we do conspiracy part 3, hopefully Elvis might be on that one.
I hope he is. We might even talk about sunscreen.
You
There's
talk
a big
about
problem
sunscreen.
there as well.
Oh, if you'd like to hear more about Simon's issues, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, and listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Email us at tsa@militum.com.au, and where are we? We are the Staging Area on Facebook, and Militum Productions on TikTok, Instagram. And that's about it.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I like it.
So get in contact with us. If you're enjoying the show, if you've got an idea, send us something.
Send them through.
Send them through. Send through ideas. If you've got something to say about a conspiracy theory, also send it in. That's it for episode. What episode was this?
16, mate.
16.
16.
You've been listening to me, Hayden Mack, and him, Simon Roylance.
Pointed at me again.
Hooroo!
Goodbye, people. Stay safe.